like one of us can say something and the other one will be like, no, that's crap. Like, and then the other one's not like, oh, I'm going to defend my bad idea. It's like
crap.
we have to.
I mean, I'm not going to say that never happens, but I mean, I use it as a joke.
Like,
yeah,
We always know that.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Department Spotlight, the show where we speak to our friends and colleagues about their experiences in the South African film industry, highlighting different departments. So today we are talking about writing, more specifically, screenwriting.
So we're joined by three amazing peers of ours, all amazing screenwriters in the South African industry in various forms and capacities, and they've all got amazing insights for you. So sit back and enjoy.
Hello, I'm Nadia. I am a creative researcher for commercials and music videos.
Hi, I'm Christian Grobler, and I'm a writer and director, sometimes producer and sometimes editor in the South African film industry.
Hi, my name is Kaylin Rue. I'm a writer, director, and the co-founder of A Pictures.
I wanted to ask, have any of you co-written before?
Well,
No.
not in the industry, no. Like after when I was doing short forms,
Yeah.
like that was like for me the best experience, just to have someone to bounce off with. And me and Christian kind of co-wrote something recently. Did we? That was also really awesome and fun. But yeah, like not a lot in the industry though.
Nothing produced. Like I've experimented with the idea, but it has its own sets of challenges. Like I just came off of a TV series where I was part of the writing staff,
Which is on CakeNet, by the way.
Shout out.
It's like a thing.
But yeah, so with that is like I had a couple of sketches that I wrote independently, and then a lot of the bulk of the show was written in sort of a writer's room structure of we're in a room, we had a head writer that would kind of be the yay or nay, everyone would throw out ideas and stuff, but most of the times it kind of came out back down to this one person giving the okays and stuff, and I'm kind of in the same process now with developing a new show. So it's hard because I'm like, I feel like within the series, it's a little bit different because it's like you kind of get this tick box approach of like these are the chunks that you're writing, whereas it's not like co-writing in the sort of traditional sense where like what I imagine it to be, you know, it's like the Simon Pegg type of approach and Edgar Wright, where they just like sit in a room and you just have the monitor up and one person's typing and the other person's talking and
saying
you know
things.
it's like this back and forth. I haven't had that necessarily, except with Kaylin, where we started working on a project.
That's very interesting for me, because I've actually had the opposite. Like I've written, I think, one short that I made on my own, and then there was the one that I made on the first term of first year of AFTA, which we don't talk about. and then I think after like the third draft or so of my honors film, because I didn't do writing as undergrad, like I think most of you did, all of you did probably, and I felt that I really needed somebody who knew or who had gotten the formal training. So that's where me and Mark started working together. And since then, like almost everything that I've written with Mark. So it's like, and it's basically, but it is basically exactly what Christian was describing. It's like, usually Mark is typing and I'm just sort of sitting on the couch and then we like talk about the thing.
So what do we think about today?
I'll dictate, you write.
And then Sally walked in.
You really are old
cool.
school.
It's like really involved.
But that's something I think I'd really love to do, is especially with someone who writes in a completely different way to me, or delves into different genres than me or to me. I think that would be really interesting, like a really cool experiment to sort of mix the styles and see what happens.
Yeah.
I think what we found is that me and Jaco, we sort of complement each other in different ways. Like he is stronger at different things that I'm weaker at, and vice versa. And then it really comes together quite nicely and it also like gets you out of your own head in a way, which is also sometimes a good place to be, but then other times you just want to like throw out an idea, and then already you've got a second voice saying yay or nay, or and then I think what's also really important with us is that we sort of develop this relationship where there's like no ego at all. Like one of us can say something and the other one will be like, no, that's crap. And then the other one's not like, oh, I'm going to defend my bad idea. It's like crap. We have to.
I mean, I'm not going to say that never happens, but I mean, I use it as a joke. Like, yeah,
we always know that like we have to get through the 50 bad ideas to get to the one that works. Yeah. And it's nice to have someone else there to be like, no, sorry, I don't think that works. But I think what you're hitting on there, and then we'd like develop it like that. So I think if I were to out and write alone in the future, I think I'd be missing that. Like, I think that critical voice would come back strong. Whereas, I like co-writing's good. I like it. It's dope.
I mean, this is kind of a silly question, but I guess people always want to know. I've got an opinion on it, but I want to hear your guys. Is there such a thing as like the best screenwriting software, or do you have a preference? Or
Highland 2, period.
Highland 2.
Yes, no one can convince me that Highland 2 is not the best screenwriting program.
The John August one, right?
Yes, it's amazing, it's incredible, it's
if you have
perfection. Of course.
Who doesn't
Why wouldn't you have a Mac?
Of all of us here, who doesn't have a Mac? It's Mark.
I don't have a Mac. Oh, is it just me?
It's just you.
You could very well be the smartest guy in the room, so.
But it doesn't sound like I'm a writer if I don't have a Mac.
The smartest guy in the Zoom.
But yeah, I've tried out all of them, and sincerely, I think Highland 2 is impeccable. It's not cluttered. I feel like that's a big problem with a lot of the screenwriting apps. You open them up and they look like, you know, an NLE. You know, it looks like you're about to like edit a feature film on them. There's so many buttons and stuff, and it's like unnecessary. You do not need half of these things. Like most of them are edge cases to begin with. It's very clean. It also speeds up the writing process. It uses a format called Fountain, which is kind of like an adjusted version of Markdown, which just means you have to remove your hands less from the keyboard to do things like shove text into like dialogue blocks and stuff. It does a lot of those things for you because it just understands that if you're writing a name in all caps, the next line will probably be dialogue, and if it's in parentheses, it's a parenthetical so it does all these things very intuitively, so it means you get to worry less about formatting and pressing tab to shift your text over, and you get to just focus on the writing aspect. Also, the best feature about it is it has this thing called typewriter mode, and it sounds dumb, but basically all it does is it keeps whatever you're writing dead center, so it moves all the other text up consistently, so your eye doesn't have to track around, you don't have to scroll up and down. Yes, it's perfection.
John August,
awesome.
Man, he knows.
So good, it's so good.
I'm secretly taking so many notes here. Like,
and you guys, what do you use, Kaylin and Nadia?
Well, I just use the same thing I've been using, Final Draft, man. Like, I've tried like maybe 2 others, but like, I don't really have a preference.
I feel like if you paid for Final Draft, you're like, I paid so much for this, I'm gonna keep using it.
No, it's because like I've only used like trash ones. I'm not gonna say the names because I don't wanna, say anything bad. But like, for me, Final Draft, like I just feel so screenwritery. I look at it and it's like, what do you want your title page to be? Like, I don't know. I just feel like it just gives me that kind of like writer's feeling. Like, it's not the best in terms of shortcuts and all of that, and like flow and all that, but I just like the look of it. And I don't know, it's just the thing I've been using. So it's like, if your car is like making a noise, but you still love it, you still use it,
Lately I've been using Fade In, which, there's a really cool collaborative tool, which, I mean, if I had a co-writer, that would be cool, but I don't, so it doesn't really serve me.
It's the only reason why I sometimes use WriterDuet, because if I need to like co-write, or if we need to like share scripts that can be editable, it's like, it's there, it's on the cloud, does the thing.
Yeah.
It's a cluttered mess that is laggy sometimes and chaotic at best.
Yeah, we've been using this program called Arc Studio Pro, and the only
Why does that
reason
sound
why,
familiar?
Because it was No Film School saying, here's free screenwriting software.
Yeah, they made it free. They made it free for lockdown or quarantine, basically. So we've been using that, and it's
The only reason why we started using it is because we were using Writer Solo, and then we just switched over to it to like check it out because it had all of these collaborative sort of features, like you can be writing on the same page.
in real time.
In real
Like
time.
it's so cool. Like, I mean, especially now in lockdown, it's been helping us a lot because Mark can be typing in. So it's basically still the same as me sitting on the couch, but Mark's typing. I see exactly what he's typing as he's typing it. Yeah, literally. But like as he's typing, the letters and the words and everything just like come on my screen. So it's like, and then I can go and change things that he's written or other way around. And it has this like really cool outlining thing where it like you write a card and then it like puts everything on a timeline and you can move it around, and there's a scene thing, and if you want to move a scene you just click on the thing, you drag it, and then the whole scene moves, like everything under that scene heading.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
I know
it's
Final
very,
Drafts
very
also
cool.
has the cards thing, which is actually really nice for outlining, and you can also point them onto a timeline if you want to. I do like the way that Final Draft has the whole timeline set out for you at the top. It does kind of work nicely with my brain.
Yeah, it is. It's a good program, but I think it does suffer from a lot of things that WriterDuet does in terms of sometimes it is laggy, sometimes it just gets confused with two people working on it at the same time, and then like in our outline we've got a beat that we can't remove, and if we delete it the program crashes.
Oh my god.
It's just a random untitled beat.
That sounds amazing. I'm going to download that straight away.
No, it's very
Ringing
good.
endorsement, yeah.
It's very good. It's a good
We
piece
keep
of
it
software.
real.
It's a very good piece of software, but I think it just suffers from, I don't know, all programs that have the ability for two people to be working on them at the same time to sometimes they get confused. Cool, so that comes to the end of our conversation. We'd like to extend thanks to Christian, Nadia and Kaylin for all of their fantastic insights.
So yes, thank you so much for joining us and listening to the podcast. Remember, if you would like to listen to the full version of this podcast, you can check us out on Spotify and Apple and all of your podcasting platforms. So if you enjoyed this video, remember to like and leave a comment down there saying what you liked, or if you didn't like it, you know, you can tell us that we suck as well. We upload new videos every Tuesday and Friday, as well as a new short film on the first Friday of every month. So subscribe and hit that bell so you never miss any of our content, and check out all our other Department Spotlight videos. Check out the films that we make, and also follow our friends who were just talking to you guys on this podcast. So until next time, stay inside and make your movie.